Negros.
Alright, peoples, we're back. Took a 2 week hiatus?
Yeah.
We was on strike. Them refs.
Yeah,
They're back, we back.
We basically just on 1 week decided we're gonna do an extra long episode and just put that shit out so we wouldn't have to talk about how horrible the refs were.
Thank God that shit is over with.
It feels good.
Yeah.
How smooth was that Cleveland-Baltimore game, man?
Man, oh man, like you didn't even notice it, man. It was just seamless.
Slagged out referees, bro.
I would never thought we'd be discussing referees on any of these podcasts, man. But that's how bad it was.
I saw that referee come out the tunnel. He looked like his zebra suit was like $3,000. He was just that balling out.
Got refs doing their pimp walk after throwing the flags and shit. Man.
Fans cheering the referee as opposed to booing.
Like the world will end because this is what it's come to, man. Like refs, we're cheering refs. That's what the world.
That's when you know the league is fucked up.
Yo,
when the refs were the main story over plays in the game or who's winning and who's losing. We were too busy being pissed off that we had replacement refs making one quarter be an hour long and so on and so forth. Just ridiculous shit, man.
Anyways, they're back. We back. Let's do this. This is Wolf here. Probably ain't hearing me for a while. I got Wolf in HD. Holla at me. Got my dude Lanky over here.
At Matt Scorpio. You know the deal, man. Just keeping it nice and simple. Feels good to be back.
Resident senior citizen, Jason.
He's our official grumpy old man.
Shut the fuck up. At JJ NBA. I'm always here. Ain't going anywhere. And I guess Epi's gonna join us later.
Apparently he's on his way. We'll see how that works out.
Join in.
Yeah.
So on Doc today, you already heard of us complaining about them replacement refs. Like, there's no more complaining. Let's just gratitude for these refs being back. Just
you never, and that's what's messed up about. Because it's not even to say in the past we've never hated the refs for calls they've made or just been pissed off that a call is made against you. But it just felt after going through 3 weeks of games that were gut-wrenchingly horrible. Well, not horrible, but just the calls and the length it took for explanations and things like that. To then have just one game where it was fluent and everything just was smooth.
What was that one game that we all watched where the ref would just get, he's like, pass interference on defense number
89 red?
89 red.
Every game I've seen
dude said red.
He just gave up.
Foul, kicking team, ball goes to and then just walk away and everything just drop the mic.
Turn off the mic. Where's the ball being spun?
The most horrible games. Oh my god! It was like, what made it even worse was that written comment after the Seattle Green Bay game. They acknowledged the pass interference, but not the blatantly obvious interception. I'm like, what the fuck is this? There's no credibility left in this league, and good day. Oh my god,
Golden Tate, you motherfucker, you.
Rob a W, man.
Not only did he not catch that ball, but he pancaked the dude. And got away with it, man. You know what he said? I don't know what you're talking about.
I seen a report where he admits to pushing dude. I'm like, that's even something to admit to?
That's the thing, we didn't need you to admit it, bro. We all saw it.
Like, you didn't think he was on, what was it, Monday night? It was a Monday night game? Yeah. Like, he wasn't on Monday night. Everyone saw it.
Everybody saw. Not only you push him, but you just get your pinky inside on the ball. Saying you got a catch. Get out of here, man.
That was the most bullshit game I've seen in a long, long time.
Oh, man. That was hurting souls, man.
Oh, is that epic?
It was the most bullshit game, but at the same time, it was the most hilarious football game I've ever watched.
It was one of those games where you honestly could have had a drinking game going, you know? Yep. Just okay, how many times are they going to call a color instead of a team?
And it's crazy. I forgot who said it, but whenever there was a flag, you really had no clue what it was going to be. If it was a pass interference, you didn't know which side it was going to be on. That shit was ridiculous. I think it was the same game.
It was messed up, too, because there were times where you knew. You're watching the play and you're like, okay, it's definitely on this person. That's so blatant.
Yep.
and they didn't see the same thing you did after they huddled up together. And you're just wondering, like, what the fuck am I watching that I'm missing these calls? Because it doesn't make sense to me.
The worst though is the commentators like Chris Collinsworth and Gruden. They're like,
man.
they're like, this is ridiculous. Like
Gruden was just mad as hell. Like, he was just at a point where he's just like, you know what, this is just sickening.
Yep. Which is rare from Gruden.
Yeah, and that's because he's usually the voice of optimism.
Yep.
And if he's at a point where he's just like, you know what, I just want to go home. Like, you know, he just wanted to take the mic off and walk to his car and drive home.
If Gruden wants to stop watching, that's when it's time to bring out the refs.
We haven't heard anything from Madden though. I wanted to see what Madden would have thought.
Oh my
that dude was probably like just drinking in a dark basement.
Madden was sitting at home on his TV with the pen. Now you see here, making his circle.
All his circles is not working. See, like
drawing on the wall and shit.
Bad call. Oh man, it was painful though. But
at least they're back. That's a good thing. The refs are back.
That's exactly it, man. I'm just happy they're back. Happy to get back to some good old, as we know it, football.
And my division-leading Chargers. Hope we can win the AFC
chill,
West.
okay?
Division-leading Chargers.
Gonna win the AFC West.
Fucking lax.
It wasn't because of the rest, because
Plenty of football to go.
Bullshit games. That Atlanta game was just by far. I don't know what the fuck happened in that game.
Man, ain't y'all get your ass whooped in that game?
Huh?
Wait till you face some teams.
But Matt Ryan was actually in a system that suited him.
But that's the thing.
Bad refs.
For you guys, like, you guys had your first 2 games were quite easy opponents. Then you met Atlanta, got that ass whooped. You know?
Atlanta won't do that again.
Wait till you face some teams. That's all it is, man.
Atlanta won't do that again. Matt Ryan is okay, but
you know what?
I wouldn't
so
trust
far,
him.
they're flawless.
I wouldn't trust him though. I would not trust Matt Ryan if to get to the playoffs with Matt Ryan.
No,
they can get to the playoffs.
They'll get to the playoffs. Will they win the first round?
Exactly. That's
the problem with them. Like, they can make it, but then are they going to just go in there and score a layup?
Matt Ryan is the Tracy McGrady of the NFL.
Or the Carmelo Anthony.
Carmelo's been past the first round.
Yeah, he made it second round.
Did Tracy McGrady pass the first round?
No.
Yeah, I think he did. Are you sure?
No.
He was probably injured.
With Houston, maybe?
Houston, maybe.
Yeah, probably. Like, yeah.
Wait, has Houston ever made it past first round?
They have, but he's been injured. Like,
so it don't count. It don't count.
He hasn't physically helped.
He's been there by association.
Exactly.
It doesn't count.
Tracy McGrady.
Poor guy.
That used to be my homie, man. That used to be one
of
my favorite players.
Used to be a nasty. Them injuries, man.
Yo, back, knees.
Quick segue into basketball. You know that they're going to start fighting players that are flopping?
Yeah, I heard. Yeah. They're going to be fine. Thank God for that.
As if we needed more reasons for them not to be able to play the game, man.
Now Rajah Bell and Ginobili are on notice.
I hope they find out big too, not like some ticky tack. But it's always the players
like
that don't get paid that much that be flopping anyways.
Ginobili, Tony Parker.
That's true, but like hopefully they hit them up. You know, like repeat offenders. You know, just increase that thing.
No, like Ginobili's gonna get it.
It should be a percentage of the paycheck.
About Sheed, yo?
I'm happy about it.
Yeah.
Like
what?
Rasheed Wallace coming back.
Be on the Knicks.
Gonna be coming with the
Knicks.
Knicks.
With the Knicks.
Yep.
He's gonna be a knickerbocker.
He's gonna be backing up Amari. Shoot the 3.
That's it. I want to see. Not necessarily like I don't feel like his shot's gonna be gone or anything. I just want to know how he's gonna be physically.
Yeah.
You know, like does he still have is he gonna still have the energy? Still gonna be able to like keep up with people? Like that's what I want to see mostly. Because I mean, like people don't lose a shot overnight type of thing.
Yeah,
I guarantee like he wasn't sitting at home all day doing nothing. He was still balling. But
from what I hear, it's like they're gonna bring him along and just like it's more for the playoffs type of thing. Like his veteran experience
for the length of the season. Not necessarily
because at the power forward position, you can slide Melo over there a couple minutes. You still got Marcus Camby.
But what's his name is healthy now. Amari's healthy.
Yeah, Amari's healthy too. Yeah.
Finally.
So we'll see how long that lasts.
They have a chance now. They have a chance. They're a top 3 team in the East.
I think
with Amari healthy. But
yeah, especially with like Rose hurt.
I don't know about the point guard situation. Even though Raymond Felton is good, he was good with them when he's there. I don't know. I think they'll still be better.
Not to knock the Knicks, but top 3. Like, I mean, even without Rose, Chicago's still up there. Boston's up there.
I don't know.
I feel like Chicago's gonna have a fall though. They lost a lot of players.
They're not gonna be as great, but
didn't they get back Kirk Heinrich though?
They got Kirk Heinrich, I think.
Heinrich ain't that great.
I think, yeah, I don't know. Like,
he's a good point guard.
Like, he could even win the starting guard for the Hawks. Like it became Teague. Antigua, whatever. Like, so like, yeah,
I mean,
they lost Corver, they lost Ashik, whatever. They lost Ronnie Brewer.
Oh, they lost Ronnie Brewer?
Yeah, Ronnie Brewer's with the Knicks now.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Oh fuck. Yeah, Chicago's they could miss them. They still have Luol Deng and they have Noah still?
Yeah, Noah's still there.
Yeah.
Deng's still there. Boozer.
It's crazy, man, crazy. But no, I still think they could be a top 3 team the next could be. A team that could be good, but they need more pieces is Indiana.
They need a star.
Indiana still.
They need a star.
They're good.
Because after what
I feel what I like about Indiana is not necessarily that they need a star, but the way they play together. Yeah. It's like, you have 5 guys out there in the starting lineup that can all put up double-digit numbers.
Yeah.
And that's why they were such a force in the playoffs this year, It's like when, they were able to do that.
When Danny Granger was punking LeBron James that whole series, even though Danny Granger is not, I think he's good. He's a good player. He's like one of the top, right now in NBA, he's like one of the top 50 players in NBA. But, but when he was doing
was he like 36?
I don't know. There's a lot of players that still had him. Danny Granger could be like a star player, but I don't know. It's a situation that he's in that I don't think he could be a star player with Indiana.
I mean,
no, he could. He just needs. His problem is he'll give you a great game, then it's like he'll have games where he just does stupid things.
Yeah, he'll follow up,
and that's what takes away from his start. He's a great player
to be like.
You could say the same thing about Paul Pierce. This dude gets fouled out every other game.
Yeah, but
at the end of the day,
count on him.
Yeah, Paul Pierce is that guy that if you need that last clutch shot, he'll make it.
Yeah.
Can you say the same about Granger?
I don't know. Danny Granger was pretty clutch though. Wasn't like last second Indiana thing.
He's not Paul Pierce though.
Paul Pierce has taken over games.
Paul Pierce, we saw him get carried away in a wheelchair.
That's why he should be
came back doing the slow jog
for that shit. That's the ultimate flop. I see it right there.
He came back doing the slow jog. Motherfucker's ready to go.
Ultimate flop, man.
Come out there, drop some more points.
Oh man,
that is the ultimate flop.
My leg! Get the wheelchair, nigga! I can't move.
Paul Pierce, and you have to admire how Paul Pierce does everything that he does with that body. He's unathletic as hell.
Oh my god!
and yet he's still killing it. Like
he's like, whenever he goes to drive the lane, he's the most awkward looking guy.
He's gonna die.
You're just like, shit. Don't touch him. Please, don't touch him. Don't. Oh. Okay, he got off. It's okay. He's running. Because it looks so awkward whenever he's trying to push his weight around. It don't seem right.
I want to know what Ray Allen's gonna have to say now about Rajon Rondo. That's what I want to hear, the truth behind that, because we know Ray Allen did not like him.
Allen's he's just searching for more rings, man.
He's on the Gary Payton route.
Hey, why the fuck not? Man?
He's on the Gary Payton route to find more rings. Good lord.
Man, it pissed me off, but I could see them winning it again, man. Yeah. That's what makes me sick.
I don't know.
It's a consistent 3-point shooter, man.
Who, Ray Allen?
Yeah.
When he's healthy. When he was unhealthy,
we may get that Miami-LA final.
Yeah.
It's most likely.
I still see Miami winning it, though.
It's like Stephen A. I was listening to on a First Take. Stephen A. was saying the Lakers are better equipped to take on the Heat than the Thunder, but the Thunder would give more trouble to the Lakers to get to the Heat.
I still think so.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because as good as Nash is, no way he's stopping Westbrook.
Nope.
No
way.
And the backup point guard, they have 2 guards. They have Blake and what's the other guy who they just got in the trade there? Donahue?
Who?
Lakers?
Yeah, from the Howard trade. They got someone else. I don't know, but he's okay. He's quick. And they have the Odom dude, the new dude who came in from the draft.
We're gonna have to see about that.
I don't know. Their draft players seem good. They seem legit.
They're still out, but you got Westbrook, and then Westbrook's coming off the best training camp you'll ever have with the Olympics.
We'll see how good he is, though.
Hungry Westbrook.
He's ready to eat, man.
Pepe.
I like Nash, but he's up there in age. He can pass the ball, but he may get locked down, man. Don't be surprised.
We'll see how this NBA season goes.
Just hope Kobe don't break any more bones, too.
Kobe doesn't break any bones, man.
Don't let Dwight Howard fool you, man. He truly a punk bitch deep down.
He's mad.
Yo, it's not that I'm mad. It's just you guys all saw it.
He might start the season.
He's still coming off back injury, huh?
Maybe.
He's still coming off surgery of his back, so that can flare up.
I mean, like,
I'm not saying I want it to happen, but just
coming from a Knicks
these
fan,
things can happen.
Amari last year was coming back from surgery on his back, and we saw how he was last year. So it's going to take some time before he's fully healthy.
Well, and you know how you Laker fans are, man. One mistake, you be like, "Yo, what the fuck? We trade him, we're buying him. The fuck, man? Get Bynum back. Bring Bynum back."
No. Top 3.
Yo, I guarantee you, watch Bynum in Philly right now. He's gonna be like Allen Iverson 2.0. Like, I swear to God.
No, because they lost Iguodala.
No, you wanna know why though? Because
they lost Iguodala.
we saw how Bynum was acting when he was on the Lakers with someone like Kobe on his team. This motherfucker in a loss. Everybody's heads are down. He's walking down the court laughing and shit like, ain't nothing, man. It's all good. The motherfucker's trying to steal the ball from his own teammate to make a 3-point shot. Like, yo, he was doing this in L.A.? Yo, what the fuck is he going to do in Philly? Yeah, I guarantee you, in practice, the first day of training camp, you know what he's doing? Yo, he's at the 3-point line. He's doing the rainbows, yo.
If he go... It's going to either be really good or really bad.
Yo, it's one of the two, man.
That Philly crowd.
Literally.
I think it's going to go really bad.
We'll see.
But and the thing too is like, I feel if the Philly crowd gets on his bad side, he's going to be like, fuck it then.
Yeah.
And he's just going to be ratchet as hell.
Pick up a check and just...
He's going to go out there, not listen, not give a damn. And it's one of those situations where it's like, if you don't play him, who you got?
Yeah.
You need a guy like Bynum on your court.
I'm just happy it's going to be a full NBA season. Just going to be interesting, man. Like
we're going to see. I want to see.
Rushed. We go back to normal. Just
less injuries.
Yeah.
Better for fantasy.
Yep.
I want to see how the Clippers are going to be. Clippers seem... but I don't think they're going to... I think they're going to end up the same way as last season.
If Blake Griffin could develop a short-range jumper...
That'll never happen.
No, I'm
already came into the league.
I'm not gonna say never say never, man. Exactly, never say never. If he could just get his short jumper, like something like a bank off, something like that, he can be one of the most dominant power forwards ever. Because he's got that strength that anytime he jumps up for the ball, he's getting it. And if you want to dunk on him, look at Pau Gasol, man.
Yeah, there's a difference.
Man, fucking dunked on his kids, yo.
The resident white man is here. Back from the dead.
Just saying, man. Don't be surprised if things get great.
I'm on 1 hour of sleep.
It's good living. You were up all night talking, anyways. I remember, I went to sleep. You were talking. I woke up. You were talking. I was like, what the fuck?
That was break time talk.
Break time. Good shit.
So happy you're back. Finally, you've been on hiatus for how long?
How do you feel about a full NBA season?
What's that?
Our resident honky doesn't watch many sports besides fighting, like boxing and UFC. Which
what do you think about Marquez?
Lets him slide.
What do you think about Marquez versus Pacquiao for the 4th bullshit time?
It's money. I guess.
People are going to boycott it.
Good job, boxing! Fucking
people are going to boycott it, though.
Oh, I did see that interception. Got into an argument with Jay at the bar about it. I was like, "How?" He's like trying to explain the rules. I'm like, "No, that's an interception."
Well, it's basically a rule that says if you intercept the ball, as long as his hand is there,
that's stupid though.
Unanimous catch, which doesn't make sense.
If that call happened in the Brett Favre era, Brett Favre would have been the happiest person in the world. every end of season, every retirement.
No, but his end of season picks were just cleanly. I'm passing it to you, buddy. I'm gonna make you a star right now, and across the field,
every retirement.
I mean, Favre was a nice guy. I mean,
great player, man.
See it
he's a selfish person.
Straight hair with the sack record.
He kept Aaron Rodgers down way too long.
Who isn't selfish? Come on, give me a fucking break.
He kept Aaron Rodgers way down.
Look at this, man.
Look,
Revis is held out. Deshaun Jackson is held out. Come on, they're also when they know contract time's coming up. If they don't sign an extension beforehand, they're being selfish.
But do you think Brett Favre really deserves an extension for his contract for all the picks he's been throwing?
I mean,
but look at his record.
You can't say yes.
Look at his record. Look, at the end of the day, yeah, he may throw a couple picks, but look at the greatness he has.
He has the most touch.
You would also have games where only Brett Favre can make that play. Extend the play.
Or Eli now. You can't argue that.
He's no Elway, but
what?
That only can extend the plays. Now you're going to say Eli.
Elite Manning?
The only one.
I mean, does Eli not have 2 Super Bowl MVPs?
I'll give it to him.
I think Eli Manning is better than Brett Favre. I think he's legitimately better than Brett Favre.
Well, I think so, but I'm biased. And
it's not even about bias.
I gotta
it's
wait.
not even about bias. It's
I'll
how
say
you play.
why. The reason I don't feel he's better than Brett Favre is just because Brett Favre has had that longevity. Where it's like, you're basing it off his last few seasons where he's still, but at the same time, look how old he was, look how slower he was. Yeah. You know, it's like he aged with the league, but he was still a great player, especially in his prime. Like, I hated anytime the Broncos went up against Green Bay because it was like, fuck, these guys are going to beat us. But like, that's what it was.
Look at Ben Roethlisberger, who's probably
except for
even
the drive.
slower. Look at Ben Roethlisberger.
Except for the drive.
No, but
that's just classic.
Ben Roethlisberger, who's probably much slower than Brett Favre. No, he is much slower than Brett Favre.
Look how big Roethlisberger is.
But still, he's, 2-time Super Bowl champion? I think
dude can literally
I think he's better than Brett Favre. I think he's better than Brett Favre.
I don't know about that.
The thing with Roethlisberger, when you put him in the Super Bowl, he's going to win it. That's for sure. He's going to win it. And he always has flawless games.
Well, first of all, the first Super Bowl, they won in spite of Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah. Like you got to give that to Bettis.
Yeah.
He was just like, you put the ball in his hands, he was pushing people.
Because I remember we went to see the game at your house. What was the second Super Bowl they won? The Pittsburgh?
And
we went to your house.
What do you call it? The Cardinals.
Yeah, and that game was just off the chain.
And
but it was
on
still
top of that game, it wasn't because of Ben Roethlisberger they won. If it weren't for that interception that they took 92 yards.
Oh, yeah, that defense, man.
I remember Wolf saying, it's a guy with the mohawk? Shit, you can't make this shit up. Because we're seeing them at the beginning, because one of them had a mohawk. Yeah. Like, what the fuck is this shit? And after the game, it was like...
That was the play that helped set up for like the later pass that got them the win.
But I still think... Because in clutch situations, I would not pick Brett Favre for any shit.
Oh, of course not.
I would never pick
I don't know, because, like... I mean, remember that Vikings game? Like... that Hail Mary pass
against the Saints?
Was it against the Saints? That Hail Mary pass, like in the end zone, that nobody wide receiver that caught
it. Pierce,
some other dude.
No, Rice, Sidney Rice.
I forget who it was. Like that's only a play that Brett Favre will make, man. Like dude crossing the end zone in the back. You know, Brett had to buy some time. Just like a 60-yard pass touchdown. It's like. Brett Favre, he'll pull magic out of his ass sometimes, you know. Like
that magic's turned to dust now, man. That's not. He's done.
Well, I mean, like I said, he aged with the league. Yeah. I mean, you can't be great forever unless you just do it. Like if Eli were to just be like, "Yeah, I'm retiring tomorrow," like then that's his like you've been great forever, technically. You know, with an asterisk.
I need another Super Bowl out of Eli, and I'll be happy. You know,
you hold on just a minute. I'd like his older brother
to
win the Super Bowl.
I'm a little greedy. You know what I mean? But, you know.
Just sit the fuck down, let his older brother get one, okay? Let them be even, so then Peyton Manning can retire, and I can be a happy Broncos fan, and
I got no problem with that. Eli's still young, you know what I mean?
But the world can have balance again.
Barbecues for that, man.
For real, right? I know Archie Manning.
Someone's getting fat.
You know what I like about it though is because all three of their rings, well, not really all three, but like all three of them beat Brady to get to greatness.
Yep.
You know, it's like the Colts had to go through the Patriots to get to the Super Bowl and win. And then Eli had to beat Brady twice to get both his rings. You know, it's like they had to get through to Brady to get their greatness.
The first time around for Eli was harder. The second time around, I found that game was just too easy for Eli. The Patriots. Their
defense was on point, though.
Yeah, the defense was on point.
He was older, Eli, so you know he had more weapons the second time around. Like the first time around, it was like mostly our running game, and Eli would chip in with some like key plays. And
bubblegum helmets.
Yeah, for real. Like, but this time around, like we got Cruz, Knicks up in there. It was just all out effort, I guess.
Yeah,
one thing I'll say though, Archie Manning, that dude's like I'm sure like his like sperm donations is like through the roof, man. like what he charges for that, like I'll give you Super Bowl winning MVPs, like shit.
I'll give you a guy that if he's not on the team, the whole team is only a 2-win team. Go from 12 wins to 2.
Just walking around slapping people. I'm Archie Manning, bitch. Like shit. Like, oh man.
So let's go on to the next topic. The
Avengers.
Huh?
We're talking Avengers.
We're not talking Avengers.
Well, the DVD did come out, and you want to know what's great?
Hey, white guy's back, nerd talk.
You want to know what's great? No, we can't do a little Avengers plug because they had this great Blu-ray Phase 1 Avengers box set that was supposed to come out.
He turns into a Loki. He's like, Blue-Way. We got this new Blue-Way player.
I'm all excited. I'm all excited.
You got his jammies on.
And like, it was supposed to come out the same time as the Avengers DVD, but apparently Marvel did some switch up, and now it's only going to come out next year, springtime.
Oh, that gold cover thing?
Really fucking sucks. No, not gold. It was supposed to come in a fucking like suitcase with the Tesseract and all the shit.
That's when like
fuck
the next
yeah, you know. I spent like over like $180 for that shit. So I was like, yo, where the fuck is my shit? You know? Nope, but I was gonna get one just for that. Anyways, point being, because now they made this switch. I said that's so weird. Because they made that switch, I'm gonna get the Blu-ray and DVD combo for free. So thank you, Amazon.
I just picked up the DVD from HMV.
I'm getting it for free.
White guy over here.
I
just go to stores and buy things. I have these things called a debit card.
I'm getting that free, and then when the box set comes out, I'm getting that as well.
They give you a dial and they say, "Put your PIN in, please." And then I make a purchase, and then I say, "Thank you, ma'am. This was a fine day."
You're living in the Stone Age. So yeah, I would like to thank Marvel for making that switch, because now I'm going to get the Avengers DVD twice.
Another movie.
How great is that?
Another movie that came out, Dread, which I heard is actually pretty good.
Yeah, I want to go see it.
I want to
go see Looper.
Yeah, but here good things.
Bunch of shit.
I'm supposed to go see
I still have
that,
yet to see Expendables 2.
I haven't seen that either yet.
What is wrong with me? Guys,
we're like 4
guys. What is wrong with us?
Didn't we all go to see the first one?
We're the manly Huddle podcast, and none of us has seen Expendables yet.
I think we're all afraid to go see Arnold Schwarzenegger and his puns. It might literally kill us.
Oh man,
it might literally kill us. His puns.
No, I gotta see it, man. What's wrong with us, man? We gotta take a Huddle field trip.
Really, like last movie, I guess to redeem myself. Last movie I saw, it was like the same day Spider-Man and The Dark Knight. So I was just on a
Spider-Man.
Yo, Spider-Man's good.
Spider-Man is just like
shut up! Don't listen to him.
I like
it's
it
fucking good.
I'm gonna wait for DVD.
The actor is better. The actor is better. The whole area they're in is better, but it's still the same.
It's the best of all the Spider-Man stories.
But it's still the same. It's the same thing. Spider-Man at the end. I'm not gonna ruin the movie. I'm just tell you what it is.
It's Amazing Spider-Man as you know it.
He's
the way
chatty.
it should be.
He's still chatty.
Yeah, I like that.
Because that's what Spider-Man should have been. He wasn't chatty and like the Toby, whatever the fuck.
But you know, at the end where like he's all hurt, and people have to help him and to get like every Spider-Man, the same thing happens. The same thing happens in that movie.
Because he overcomes.
Oh, please. How could you go from hating the person from chasing him down every day?
If there's one thing I like about Spider-Man, even when he's getting his ass kicked, he wins. Okay?
That's every hero ever.
But no, not like Spidey, man.
That's
not like Spidey.
In the original cartoon.
That's every hero ever?
No, Autobots always die. Autobots always die.
So true.
Alright, let's go to the other topic.
We were talking the scale, yeah.
The scale.
The infamous scale. The
J-scale?
Yeah, you know when you rate a woman from 1 to 10.
Ah, yeah.
But not just the criteria, but understanding for the average what it means to be a 1, a 2, a 3, 4, etc. You know? Because like I briefly touched this on Twitter, where I was just saying random scenarios to let you know what number you are. And I said at one point, like, you know, like let's say you casually have sex with a guy on the regular basis, but you've only seen him in that like 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. window. You know, when the sun isn't up. Chances are you're considered vampire pussy, which means you are 3.
Oh, that's kind of low.
That's pretty low.
It's but you gotta understand something. You only see this person at that time. I'm not saying that it's somebody that you regularly have sex at that time, but then you may see them during the day.
Can't be caught with that person outside.
It's a different story. Yeah, it's a different story. You only see them during those hours for that specific thing.
We're not talking just looks here. We're talking
no, this is more like, because you know looks will make you a certain thing, but then it's like, you know, you'll see a chick, and for every guy, we rate a chick something different depending on our preferences. Where I may see a chick as an 8, someone may see her as a 2. No, I consider someone a 10, you consider them a 1. Like, that always varies depending on person. But then you have the scenarios that are like, this person sees you as this. Like, this is to let you know, guess what? You are a 5 because of this, this, and this. Like, these are the scenarios that create your number 5.
I see that.
Like that, understanding that scale. I was saying, in most cases, you know, like a girlfriend is an automatic 10, you know? It's the girl you have on your arm, you know, she's met the family, she's met the friends, everybody likes her, hopefully, you know, like, that's your 10. But then, you know, like, you may have a situation where, like, let's say you're single, and you have this chick that, you know, you occasionally you go to movies, or, like, you go out to eat, it's nothing serious, like, you guys just know you're, like, the friends with benefits, but it's like that one step further where it's not just sex, you still, like, enjoy each other's company. You know, that can make them a 6 or a 7.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The way I like to see it is like an RPG mechanic. So, largely based off looks. So, like, you know, a girl who's, like, just smoking hot, and, you know, like, that'll put her in the 6 to 10 zone.
Basically everybody in Dead or Alive series. All those chicks.
Yeah, I'm not talking about, like, characters. I'm talking about, like, mechanic.
Well, just to say the visual understanding if you're just saying an RPG.
Okay,
right?
anyway, so there's...
Am I getting too nerdy for you?
No, they, basically, like, they give you what? They're hot. You're attracted to them. That puts them in the 6 to 10 zone, automatically. Then there's, like, the personality. If you can stand to have a conversation with them. Sometimes you can't, so they stay closer to the 6, 7. But if you can, that automatically brings them up to, like, you know, the 7 to 8 zone. Now, for me, it's all about starters. It's like, you know, whether you got the pre-order package and you started at a higher level because, like...
They gave you all the cheats?
Yeah, they gave you all the cheats. Like, you know, you're cool, whatever. Like, maybe we knew each other before. You're high. You're good lay. Whatever. You start higher. But you can always go further. You can always grind that XP to grind a little bit more. Whether it's waking you up with a blowjob, that gives you, like, bonus XP.
That is definite. If you were, like... It'll give you 3 points, I'll tell you that. So no matter what you are, like if you're a 10, you're a 13 now. It's an automatic 3 points.
Just like, ding! Level up.
But then I was saying, like, the understanding of, like, in most cases, how men would see a relationship, if they rate a girl a 7 and up, that would be considered someone who could potentially be relationship worthy. Whereas 6 and down would be the casual... just for fun.
See, you gotta be careful.
AKA practice.
The reason you gotta be careful is the misconception that it's a scale of, like, purely looks and shit like that. So when people think they look at it like almost.
But we
like
just said that it's not. It's more of like the actions that go into it.
There's a misconception. It's all over the place that if you're under a 5, it means you're, you know, in the bottom half of the sexy populace. And, like, people look at it like, you know, passing a test, right? So if you're telling you get, like, oh, you got 45 out of 100 on your grade, and she's like,
you feeling life, bitch.
Yeah, no, so, yeah, she's gonna, like, swallow her own shoe and die on that. Like, she's done. But
well, I've always been one to say, like, just from looks alone, if, like, a chick is just everything you dig physically, she can never be more than a 7. If you're just looking at looks, because. Yeah, she looks beautiful and all that shit, but what if she's just the biggest cunt you've ever met in your life? Yep. Sorry to use the C word for our lady viewers.
What if she has the biggest cunt you've ever met?
You swim in it. But you know, it's like, is that too weird? Because, like, yeah, she's good, but you're not going to give her a 10 just because she looks good, because then she turns around and she's like a total bitch. Yeah. Now it's like that 10 that you had in your mind just fucks with you.
You're right, because it was like me personally. Like a girl who smokes, she'd be smoking hot and shit. But as soon as I see a cigarette in her mouth, that's bringing you down like 2 points.
See, that's you. Me personally, like that leaves you on even plane. I could give a shit if you smoking on.
No, I can see that. But I think, yeah, I can see that. Like she would drop down a point for me, especially if I didn't know she was smoking at first. Then you know, she'd drop down a point.
Yeah, that's like.
Well, that's the thing that goes into the whole actions. Not necessarily just the looks.
But what I've noticed is if you give any girl a 7 or lower, they lose their shit.
Yeah.
They lose their shit.
And that's why we're doing this.
Yeah, it's like getting a 70 in high school.
That's why we're doing this.
Like, what is this shit?
So they will understand what the scale really means. Or we won't give everything away about the scale, but just like the general understanding that men have about the scale. Because a lot of times, yeah, like you said, you give a girl a 7 and she thinks, holy shit, you think I'm worthless, you know? But that's not the case. It's just purely on looks and the little bit I know. Yeah, it's the little bit I know of you plus your physical appearance that I give you a 7 because I need to know more to give you those 3 extra points to make it a 10.
It sounds like the viability of the scale is based solely dependent on prospect, like a marriage prospect or significant other prospect. So if you're saying that, you know, vampire poon is in the 3s, you know, it's definitely a 3. No matter like how hot or great they are, the vampire poon, they're in the 3s. They have no prospect.
Vampire Poon, if she's really hot and you're only keeping her as Vampire Poon, she must be a total bitch. Or she just has to be someone that is dumb as fuck, or there's something about her that really just makes you think, I can only fuck you.
Oh, not entirely. Open relationships.
Well, like, look, it's like
you're only gonna call like the really really hot chick in an open relationship just for sex at 3 a.m. in the morning.
No, she's doing the same to you.
Oh, not necessarily.
That's what open is.
No, but look, it's like.
But what if she calls you at 5 p.m.? You know?
No, but when you
so you whatever.
To your,
that's what I mean. Like Vampire Poon, you only see when the sun is down.
And what I was saying to you,
there's no flexibility.
To your point, is like I was listening on another podcast, listening to this, and they were saying like, if you see a fine ass girl waiting at the bus stop, don't even stop or say anything to her. Just keep driving, because there must be something wrong for a fine girl like that to be waiting at a bus stop.
Yeah, she has a job.
No, she has a job. Not that she has a job. It's like if you're a hot girl and stuff like that, there's no way you can't get a ride from anyone else. But you waiting.
Basically, the moral is whore yourself out for a fucking ride to take the bus.
I don't drive. What if my girl has to take the bus? You saying I ain't shit, Jason?
Bitch, you at the bus stop?
No.
Damn.
You're gonna see some concussions on
pussy wax.
No, when you see it, have you ever really, especially when we're outside in the daytime,
I've seen
the girls we see in the clubs.
Really hot chicks.
Do we really see them all the time? Outside though, we see them mostly driving. We never see them like walking up and down the street. Sometimes
hot chicks. I see them all the time. I work at a hospital.
Exactly right.
I mean, like number one, I work at a hospital, so I see a lot of these really hot chicks.
Of course, they could in nightgown dresses when they come.
They're nurses.
Population control.
A lot of them are nurses.
After the club, they go to work.
Little known fact: a lot of nurses are whores.
Hey, I didn't say it.
Until they get bitter and 40, and they all turn into like the mom from Malcolm in the Middle.
It's a sad fact.
And they ain't got time for
then they become Cameron.
Take the 5.
No, I love my nurses at the hospital. If you're listening, peace. What up?
But most of them are
whores. I didn't mean you, but if you do work at the hospital, you know what I'm talking about, because these stories, they run deep. We all know everything about everyone.
The shawl don't protect all.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah, but
that's what it is.
It's rare, but me personally, it's rare that I would give a girl a close sleeve like an 8.5 or higher. You really have to like.
You gotta step your game up, bro.
It has nothing to do with step my game up.
You ain't met no 8s? What's going on?
Huh? No. I've had. I never said I'd never do it. I said it's rare that I would do it. I've met 8s, 9s, and stuff like that, but.
You ain't been in them?
Huh? Nah. It's like most of the people like you see higher than that. Like you said, there's something wrong with them. There is something wrong with them to bring them down those points.
What, they stay at 9s and everything. There's something wrong with holding them back until they get an expansion pack or some shit.
9's a great number.
No, I'm not saying it's a bad number. No one has to have a 10 on 10. No one has to have a freaking.
I find
for me, even though I'm not looking for marriage, a 10 on 10 is a marriage prospect.
10 on 10 is what grows. Like, no one just comes out the gate at 10. No. Like I said, they all start at 7.
Huh?
You level up to that shit.
Yeah. The only way you would 10 is if you cook and clean really well.
Yeah, some people can say
no, fuck all that noise, man. If you're a feminist and you mad about that, too fucking bad. Men like women that can cook, and if you can clean, that's a bonus.
And they could stay in the kitchen all day long. What would you have to say to that?
Make me some brownies. What the fuck you mean, man? Yo, if a girl wants to stay, I'm supposed to be mad because a girl wants to stay in the kitchen? Is that what the world's come to now? Because she wants to stay in the kitchen, she's all of a sudden fucking it up for all the other women? Oh man, that's a choice. If she's good in the kitchen, be fucking great in the kitchen. How about that? If you can whip up a meal, don't feel ashamed that you can whip up a meal for your man.
Try to hide that shit.
That's
a talent.
My fellow females don't want me to cook for you.
I just want to see someone like try, like a girl, just like really nice girl, super hot, just try and fail and see how Matt reacts.
Yo, that'll break my heart.
She's like trying to make the brownies. She makes them a little too stiff. Matt just does that glare that he's got, or he gets like the Sammy J eyes.
You understand though? It's like for me, like I said, for relationship wise, I'm not trying to be a no girl that can cook because I like to eat.
Yeah, but is that like, are you gonna cut them loose because they can't cook?
That can make or break longevity, man.
So what if Kristen didn't know how to make like a medium rare steak?
That would have fucking killed everything, man. No, you understand. On the list of things I need to know you can make, making my steak perfect is like you wouldn't go to a restaurant and allow them to fuck up your steak.
Are you saying going to your girl is like going to a restaurant?
It better be, because if this is someone you want to spend long term, a lifetime with, and she can't fucking cook, that's like bad sex.
Okay, what happens if Kristen gets an accident and she loses she can't use her hands anymore?
See, that's not her problem. That's out of control. I would stay because it's not her fault.
Okay.
What happened to her hands?
No, I was just saying
that's a different thing. That's a completely different story. Accident and she can't. That's a completely different story.
Control. She should have fucking ducked.
Oh, you waving? Waiting for it.
Protect your hands, woman. But no, like that's something that's kind of like out of control. You know, like
the guy in,
I'm not gonna hold back. It's like, bitch, now you can't cook. I can't be with you.
Like, John Hamm's cameo in 30 Rock. He was like getting out of a helicopter and like he waves and he loses his hand, and then apparently he did it again. He's losing boy.
I can imagine it too.
Oh, man.
That's fucked. Yeah, it's just things like that, man. But that's me. You want to be a 10 on my list? You better cook well. You gotta know how to make my steak. You better put bacon in everything. Bacon in everything.
In all senses of the phrase, nobody knows my meat better than I do, so I don't mind if I have to cook it myself.
But
yeah, me personally, I wouldn't rate a girl.
Yeah, that's great. That. But if she's gonna cook some steak, how the fuck you gonna be happy if she fucks up your steak?
The only way to fuck up a steak for me is if you make it way, way too well done.
It's true.
Turn it all tough and shit. And I'll know if it's going well done because it'll be like, where have you been? It's been like 40 minutes.
Well, no steak should be on the grill longer than 4 minutes.
Yeah, I know, but if they're doing it well done.
If she's out there for 4 to 5 minutes, like, alright, I'm gonna do your steak. 45 minutes later, it should come back charcoal.
Brace on the
Just like, it's one of those things where it's just like, ting, 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 ting.
Fucking light that shit to make another steak.
Dude, that's a problem, man.
I don't know, man. Me personally, the cooking thing don't mind because I could cook for myself. I don't care about that.
I could cook too. That don't mean shit. But I want a girl that could cook.
I want a girl who could actually stick to her shit and not like fall backwards in life. It makes perfect sense. There's a lot of girls
stick to her shit and not fall backwards in life.
It does not go backwards in life. There's a lot of girls that you see that when you see them like I'm sure you've all had girls like in high school and stuff like that. You see their potential, and after you see them now, they're like,
no, that goes for fucking anybody. How many people do you know in high school who like actually became what they wanted to become?
I don't think anyone wants to become anything what they want to become.
Oh yeah, no, the same thing goes like whether it's like whether it's a girl or a guy. That's gonna happen. That's life. You get like one job where you get promoted from that, and all of a sudden you're in that field, and there's no getting out of it.
What I mean is like, for example, there was people, in St. Luke, we had people who were like in the higher level up classes and stuff like that. These people had exclusiveness to everything. And he could attest to this. He was in our school. These people had exclusiveness to like the music room or some shit like that.
Yep.
Some science classes they had exclusiveness to that shit. I'm like,
I didn't know we had Mac computers until my last year in high school.
Thank you. But they had rights to that compared to everyone else. And I see some people in those. And this is in general, not just girls, but in general. I see them in life, and I see them now where I am right now. I'm like, but you were
basically
better than
the people
me.
You looked up to in high school and shit.
No, basically these were people who were like they were praised upon the whole time. And like, you didn't even make it to university.
That's because high school is fucking nothing. Like
it really is nothing.
Like, yeah, you can't use that as a ground. I mean, look at all these things like, oh, like most popular kid in high school. Like, where is he now? He's busting at a pub.
Somebody that had they get off fast. The people that play against what's his name, Usain Bolt. They got a fast start. Then dude just caught up. Look behind, like, oh, that's all you had.
I'll hop on that. Like rather than looking to make sure they keep up with their potential that was set in high school, which I think is ridiculous. Whatever they have now, if you know them for a long time, see if they're in the exact same place at 3 years. See like whether or not they got promoted, whether or not they even got a raise, whether or not they want to do anything, or if it's like, oh no, I may go back to school, and they're still just kind of like bussing at the pub for like 3 days a week, not working anything else, and just living with their parents or something like that. See, that's a lack of potential. In high school, you don't even know what's out there until you get like your first few jobs, and then you realize what you're good at and what you want to do, and then you get caught in it. Like my family has a history of whatever they go to school for, They end up in some industry or other, and then end up being promoted to managers, and then they end up working managerial work. And that's exactly what the fuck happened to me. So now I'm stuck in the exact same position. Like, fuck, did I think I was going to do this in high school? No.
Family curse.
Yeah, I wanted to, like, write...
It was in your DNA.
I wanted to draw and write comics.
But the work you do is related to that, and it's a gateway to get into that. It's not entirely locked off.
That was a switch, though, because as I said, I originally wanted to do comics. And, like, but I ended up doing, getting a QA gig, getting promoted from that, now doing lead thing, and now I'm not necessarily stuck in it, but I like it, and I can move up from that. And that happens to a lot of people. Like, I know some who never thought, but like they make one connection, they get to know somebody, they offer them a job, they get promoted within that company for whatever. Like, there is no foresight. Foresight is worthless. Never judge somebody on foresight, because nobody can judge what happens 5 minutes from now, let alone 5 years from now. So, yeah.
So what happens if you...
Unless you get pregnant.
Should have seen that one coming.
No, but this, like...
Should have swallowed.
But it's so big. It's so chunky.
No, but...
It's like chunky peanut butter. Extra.
Oh, but I'm telling you, there's... Okay, I probably went back too far with the high school thing. Okay, like CJ thing. We saw some fine-ass girls, like 8s and above.
That's the thing. For me, it's like, I don't really care where you were. I just care, like, where you're at and where you're going. Like, that's how it is for me.
But that's the thing when I mean going backwards in life. Like, I see them, like, you had a good thing going on, and for you to head backwards like that brings down the points for me. When I see them, like, somewhere, if I see them, like you said, the same position where they are, or below, that's gonna bring them down.
But even then, like, that's a situation where it's like, if you weren't checking them before, why are you gonna start checking them now? You know, that's all it really is.
No, but you know, when you check them before, they're like, okay, they're at that level. You don't know if they're gonna go up or down. You can't judge that. You don't know. 2 years later, you see them and they're going down with them. Like, it's like, what happened?
Yeah, but then you also said, like, what they want. Like, some people are perfectly happy making whatever, like 30 a year, doing something that they like and just getting by. They don't necessarily want to be the CEO of that company. That's just not realistic.
No, but I'm not saying that, you know, it's a position thing. They have to move up in like that. If you're doing something you like, that's
point
fine.
is, where on the
That's
scale would this amount to? Huh? What number is this?
What?
Yeah, so if you got
Where
a
the fuck on the scale does this matter?
great as all hell, and then you find out, I don't know, she's
regressing.
like a secretary.
Wait, was she a 7 before? Now because of this, she's a 4.
You only calling her up at 4 a.m. now?
Is she practice? Is she practice?
Talk about practice.
I'm talking about practice. Hey, you don't practice on 10s. You gotta have your shit together on the 10. You ain't practice on no 10s.
I'm saying that
you do.
any girl has
practice on no 10s.
any girl has a potential to.
You got your shit together when you go to 10. You come practicing on 10. You're like, yo, I learned this move yesterday. Some shit. You should take it the fuck out. 10s don't take that shit.
She will admire your courage.
I tell you who admire your courage. The 2. The 2 will tell you do what the fuck you want. Because she ain't had no dick in years, dog.
So excited to see one, they just hop right on it.
Oh my god, do whatever you want. Just whatever my face, I'm gonna tap it right here.
So the fictional white girl.
I just want to hug it.
What's that number of girl who just doesn't care what you do to them? That'd probably be like a...
Well,
it's not necessarily on a scale.
Now, here's
That's
the thing.
not necessarily
The
on a
ones,
scale.
yeah, because the ones that don't really care what you do to them now, here, they can be 7s.
Start putting like a...
But the thing is, chances are they're deadlocked at 7. Because there's no way a chick that you fucked for the first time who's pulling out nasty shit is gonna be like, you know what?
Church girl.
I gotta keep you.
Mm-hmm.
You said some shit that honestly I know I gotta go to clinic, but my God, you ain't going nowhere. You know, like, it's not happening.
I'm bursting out just thinking about like pulling drop the line beat on some girl's head with a penis. What was that? Was that movie like the Little Drummer Boys in the marching band?
Oh fuck!
Where they always make fun of it with the drop in the scene.
Yeah.
What was that? Stomp the yard.
Stop the yard. There you go. Drop line.
Drumline. I was thinking stop the yard.
You just hold up the sack and...
That's what I mean. Like, if you were like, okay, I always said, even though you may be with a girl, like, if you're in a relationship with a chick and you may want to teabag her, out of respect for her, a girl you're in a relationship, you won't teabag. because that is the nastiest shit you could do to someone. Like, if some dude literally, like, you understand, like, a dude is gonna squat over your face and rub his balls.
Basically means you are
like, I'm sorry, sweetheart, honey. If you're listening,
pick yourself up.
You scum, man. You gotta do better.
You have to say, look at your life.
You know, like, you gotta do better. Because, first off, average man, hairy ass. Okay, so, you know, at some point, that hairy ass, that gooch is... You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
I like to call it Tarzan foreplay.
It's like, it's so fucked up. Like, I could never imagine. Like, I would never in my life, ever, teabag my girl. I just can't do it. I can't do it.
But the thing you'd be surprised.
I have teabag girls, though.
No. What I'm saying is,
they, in my head, they were not, man. They were dirty.
Whatever
like,
girls.
I know they're dirty.
The thing you'd be surprised about, though, it's the posh ones that love it the most because they see it as exotic. They see it as like, ooh,
they can keep
from south of the
their
Giants.
exotic ass with their exotic people for till the next time.
That's what
like,
you gotta do in the ghetto.
Basically, but I shit you not.
Seriously, it's when you leave it's like when you go outside.
Think about it though.
This is like those movies.
But so, like, think of your past relationships. How many of them girls did you teabag? Okay, you're white. You're different.
I can say honestly.
I know how you white people fuck. You like
coming from
you take your foot, put it on the back of a chick's head. You're like suck on my toe, bitch.
We got kinks, alright.
No, any relationship I've been in.
We get bored fast. You can't just do the same ritual.
I need a stretch. Put your foot on the back of her head, fuck, just grinding her down.
Well, any relationship I've been in, I've never done that to any.
Jackrabbiting bitches.
I
know how you white people get down.
Oh man.
Yeah, I've never done that to any girl relationship I've been in.
That's like I mean, like, I've teabagged girls, but I would never teabag the girl I'm with. Like, in a
pun intended, but I would never have the balls to do that. I mean, that's the.
That's the thing. Like, when it's like some chick that you just fucking, you know, like some slut chick is like, yo, I'm gonna put my balls in your face, and she's like, oh, okay, it's cool. But if it's a girl, it's like you gotta kiss her later and shit.
I don't know,
maybe
not teabag, but with the
like, I ain't trying to, like, I'm just saying, I'm not trying to kiss a chick. Even 2 weeks later, that I know I rub my balls all over her face. Not to say my balls are dirty or anything, but it's like, those are my balls. There's a reason my balls are down there and my face is up here, you know?
No, just give it a little tickle. That's all we need.
She can suck on my balls, but I'm just not going to rub my balls on her face. That's just fucked
it's up. It's like clogging her nostrils, can't breathe.
You know, like, that's just fucked up.
Yeah, that's weird. Just brings me back to the Louis C.K. bit. Where it's like, you know, when you're fucking a girl, it's like the greatest thing ever. You know, it makes your day. For a girl, she's fucking a guy. Some sweaty, hairy motherfucker just flopping around with her. She's thinking, oh, maybe I'll just get through this. And
so I'm convinced lesbians got it figured out.
Pussy's great. Let's hush up on that part.
Yo, pussy's great. I just wish lesbians would shut the fuck up about what men should do.
You already made your decision. Didn't
we just have a whole podcast about what women should do?
Yeah, for men. But how lesbians gonna say what men should do for women when they fucking other women?
Because they're trying to convert more women, you know, so they can have.
They're
thinking like men too.
But just trust no lesbian that wears J's and wife beaters, man.
There's a lot of girls that wear J's and wife beaters that are.
I said trust no lesbian. Trust no lesbian. Okay. If she wear fitteds, she's even worse.
This scared the hell out of me, man. Because, like,
that's gonna be the audio bite that saves from this. Trust no lesbians. Everywhere you go. You want to comment on Matt's page on Facebook? Trust no lesbians.
Trust no hashtag.
Trust no lesbians.
Yeah, we'll start that. We'll actually make sure.
Yo, I'll hashtag that shit right now. I don't give a fuck.
Is that the name of the episode?
I don't give a fuck. I'll hashtag that. I'm on Twitter right now. It's 7:21, motherfucker. I'm gonna hashtag that shit.
Gonna be retweeted.
Yeah, I'll retweet it.
No lesbians. I said it, motherfucker.
Social media.
I said,
yes, I forgot to make your Twitter.
Let me put some exclamation points on that shit, man. You think
I got internet on my phone now?
Oh,
like, that's fucked up, man.
Because lesbians are type. Yo, if you think men are plotting to get your women, lesbians are the worst. Because they can go in the bathroom with your chick, man. That's fucked up.
Talk about how he's fucking up.
You know,
I'll never do that to you, boo.
You know, like, they're helping each other do makeup and fix each other's hair and like, oh, does my dress look right? And she gonna shift that dress for her and then lightly touch that ass. Don't touch my girl's ass, okay?
So I don't trust gays and lesbians. It's not that I don't hate gays and lesbians, but I don't trust them for that reason alone.
Really?
Huh? No, there's like certain reasons. Like remember what you were saying before? Would you let a gay guy touch your girl's tits?
Hell no.
There you go. You wouldn't do that. So like no.
Well, I wouldn't, yeah, you wouldn't let anything.
Huh? But it's the same thing. I wouldn't let.
I don't care how gay you are. Don't touch my girl's
What
tits.
about Neil Patrick Harris?
Don't touch my girl's tits.
Have you seen? Didn't you see the last Harold and Kumar?
NPH is great. He's cool, but don't touch. No, I'm sorry. I'll punch him. Man. I'm sorry. It'll be like a natural reflex, you know. It's just you gotta help. I'm sorry, but they're mine.
Like, you don't see me grabbing your dude's dick,
You know?
you know what I mean? Like that's yours.
I'm straight. Don't worry about NPH. I'm just trying to feel his jump.
I'm ready for the funniest argument ever.
But it's true.
Oh yeah, you just go for another reach. What you got? You go for the reach around?
But that's the situation. It's like, I'm not going to touch your significant. What makes you think you can touch mine because he's gay?
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Didn't get a free ride.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a free ride all this time.
You'll see me slapping your boyfriend's ass. Don't fucking grab my girl's ass. What the fuck?
Oh man.
And gay guys get too loose with that shit, you know? Oh my god, look at your tits. No, fuck gay. Oh, fuck it.
Really, it's just you don't do that in society, man. That's just, what is that?
Show some restraint.
Man, no, they're like the only times I get hit on next door by gay guys. Is asking Jay.
Gay guys and cougars.
Is that some actions to put out on the podcast?
Gay guys and
I'm
cougars.
gonna come after for sure, right?
Yeah, man. Anybody who's seen my picture knows I'm a bear.
No, it's true though. I've seen it happen. Gay guys and cougars. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Don't bring him past. Don't bring him to the.
Married women love him. Cougars love him. And gay guys.
Yeah. If you're taken, if you're gay, or if you're over 40, I'm your gay. Apparently, that's what it says on my fucking forehead.
Survey says.
This is why you need Twitter. You could dismiss that crick in 143 characters or less.
I am not the hair on my back.
You're the lumberjack? Actually, no, I probably have a bigger gay from.
It's Lumberzack.
Walk down the village.
That's what we should make his Twitter, @Lumberzack. The whole gay community is gonna follow you.
Hey, well, more listeners for us, man.
Hey, tell them.
I don't discriminate on that.
Stay tuned, man. If you're gay and you want to follow, I ain't got a problem with that, man. It's 2012, man.
Yeah, no one cares. No one cares what you do. Do it in your
Just
own
don't touch my girl's tits. That's all I'm saying.
It reminded me of a good joke. Corey Holcomb, he says, if like this family that he knew, they have a son, and after he says, if anyone who has a gay son and to dismiss him, that's wrong. You shouldn't do that because that's your son. But he has to sit in the kitchen when the company comes around.
That's terrible.
That's the worst.
That's fucking terrible.
It's funny. It's funny how he said it, but it was like, you can't say that shit, man. It's hilarious.
That's bad.
It's hilarious.
If you're gay, especially today, it's like
no one cares about that. It's older. It's the older people. It's the older people, older generation.
Look, I'm quite sure I said this already on this podcast, and I say it all the time. It's like I feel there's absolutely no need for anyone to have to come out. Like I think it's just the whole idea that you have to announce your sexual orientation is stupid to me.
No, it's ridiculous. It's like me coming out having to say that I'm a boob guy.
Yeah, like you don't have.
Like, this is really hard for
like think all the straight people out there. Did you announce to your parents that you were straight? Like, did you sit them down and like, I have something very important to tell you? And it's like, I like vagina. I've always liked vagina. I can't stop thinking about vagina.
There's
and
gasps all around.
You know, it's like your parents are sitting there like, oh my god, I didn't think this could be. I was so worried you like penis. Like, you know, like, what the fuck?
Maybe those conversations actually happen in the village. Who knows?
Possible. You know, if you have two straight gay parents and, you know, you're the adopted child, maybe like, parents, I'm straight. Oh, like, the big gasp.
I can see that happening. I mean, like, for me, like, I have a gay dad. Most people would know.
Yeah.
A gay dad. My dad is gay. I have one. am ugly.
How did that happen?
One of the four. Except I keep getting mixed up. One of them's
But that's like, it's just that. Like, who the fuck cares, man?
Yeah. I remember I used to get teased about it all the time in elementary school, and then like, call me like sissy boy and shit. I would get into fights all the time. But then look at me now. I'm sick.
Afraid of Zach. No one's gonna piss him off. Because one punch is gonna burn through your soul.
Nothing stopped that fucker from trying to break into my apartment through my window.
I watched.
Oh wait, let's talk about that actually because I saw it on Facebook. Let's talk about that quick.
Yeah, funny how I had to
It just sucks because I was there like I was just finishing up my class on my way home when he told me about it, and I was just kind of like, what? Like, what the fuck?
Oh, this was like hour 8 or something.
This was like last Saturday.
Yeah, it wasn't too long. Oh, was the last Saturday?
Last Saturday, yeah.
So where was it come from? I was coming home from a dinner.
Yeah, because there was like...
That's what I was doing, yeah.
Like Saturday around midnight or something like that.
Yeah, I was coming home from dinner. Like, I was literally, like, on the road when you had said it because I was texting you. And when I got home, I was hoping, like, maybe the person would have stuck around because, I mean, I like to beat up people, too. You know?
So he tried to get in?
Yeah, no, like, I was lying down with a girl, and we were like, I don't know, it was a fucking long day.
He was canoodling.
I had to wake up early, alright? I'm usually out on Saturday night or staying up late, so lights were off and all that shit. And lying down, I'm in and out of sleep, and I hear like rustling at my window. And at first I thought it was just some drunk teens like fucking around, and I just got louder and louder. So like, eventually I was pissed off. I got out and like yelled out, and then I saw like a whole bunch of like ecstatic shadows. And apparently whoever was trying to break in, they cut open the screen fence to unlock it from the inside, open up. So they must know the building layout. So it was probably, I don't know, a tenant or friend of tenants.
Someone in the building, probably.
Maybe, I don't know, but they definitely know how those windows work.
I doubt it was someone in the building though. Like that's like you don't need to know the layout to see an open window.
The only reason why you would pick my room is just because like if you look at a certain angle on the curtains, if you're in the courtyard, you can see my screens. That's the only reason you would have.
Yeah, like I just felt like it was like it's easier to get in from where your side is, like all the ones on the inside of the court, because where my window is, it's on the ground floor too, but it's really hard to like climb up to the window from where it is.
But that was the funny thing, because there's a flower pot outside the windowsill, and so when I called out, the guy must have fell on his ass because like, the flower pot was all broken down, and yeah, he wasn't expecting. I guess like if you see lights off on a Saturday night, you think they're out, but I was just trying to get some shut-eye for my weekend shift, man.
You should have just kicked his ass, man.
Oh, no, like, in retrospect, I wish I would have waited a little bit longer. Just wait till he was inside, and then just stabbed his ass. But,
it would have been funny, because I would have came home, and then we could have just, like, double-teamed them, and just...
a group beatdown.
But the thing is, like...
could have got a baseball bat and just beat him up.
I ran to the window buck naked, and I looked outside, saw that my window was open, and I was, you know, what goes there? I was trying to keep her calm. I'm just like, I'm gonna go look at something. I didn't tell her what was up, and, like, I put on, some shorts, walked outside with a knife and a baseball bat, and started hunting.
Man, if I had caught that person...
No, if I had caught that person...
It would have been great.
I was dual-wielding, man. I would have fucked that guy right up.
We would have had some fun.
Like, if they stuck around to see who was running out, I'm pretty sure they're not coming back.
Yep. I am not fucking with that guy.
It's like, that motherfucker looks like a Viking. Fuck that!
It is fucking cold. He's out here only like fucking Mark.
I was out there with my shorts that I'm wearing now and like I think maybe a t-shirt, and I was fucking scouring the place. I took a look and yeah, like went back inside, told her what I think somebody was trying to break in.
It reminds me of my boss. Like he's like kind of like he's into like, you know, video games and stuff like that, and so he likes souvenirs. So he actually has a sword in his house. At one time he thought like he heard somebody breaking in. So he grabbed the sword, just in his, you know, in his shorts, just wielding that shit. Just turned out it was just a neighbor that just got completely freaked out. But hey, man, like Betty.
I didn't want to make the knife too obvious, so I grabbed a paring knife, which was like a small little knife I could easily fit in my pocket.
A little shank.
I set an old golf club at home, so
then my little dynamo, my little baseball bat.
I like to kill people with my bare hands.
I have a little bat.
It's good that it's a small bat. That way,
I can one-hand it.
One hand, you know.
I felt bad for the chick though, because like it must have been like better. Like she was over at my place and like something like that.
She was just coming over, have some fun, have a nice sleep.
But I mean, like I've been here for like 2.5 years, almost 3 years. Like that
this has never happened to anyone.
So it's got to be some
it's
new
weird,
tenants
man.
or something. It's got to be something.
But I don't think if it was tenants, like why the fuck would it be like of all things? Like we know our tenants.
Do we though? Because there's a lot of like new dipshit kids, like the guy who.
Well, I see. You're
the guy who's
never
like,
home.
can I roll a joint in your lobby? And like,
Oh,
fuck no.
So that's probably him then.
I've seen a lot of the people.
Oh, we will do some bullshit.
And
like
honestly,
that.
it's like most of them. There's not many people like us in a sense. You
Yeah.
know, like a lot of them are young. A lot of them probably look like they never go to the gym.
There were some like sketchy looking dipshits around, but like they look like they're 17.
That's the thing. It's like if we've been here long enough that people recognize us. You know.
Yeah.
And like I've seen enough faces for people to know that I'm a partner.
No, we're like the two biggest people in the complex, and we live together. So yeah, I'm sure if they knew we lived there, that wouldn't be the case.
Yeah, that's why I don't think it was a
What I
tenant.
think happened was probably they got because the place across from us, they probably thought that was the place because like it's all girls and shit. Anyway, so they were not expecting a voice, let alone a guy's voice like mine.
Thinking about raping the girl, and he sees coming, he sees big dude, he's like, "Oh fuck!"
Yeah, you're gonna be my bitch.
They were not expecting me like my voice yelling out, and this guy fucking got startled and fucking probably fell on his ass.
You shouldn't have said anything. You should just go out from outside there and just whip his ass.
Yeah, but
Like when you're half asleep, like you're not thinking about that kind of shit. I thought someone was fucking around with my window, and I thought it was a kid. So I'm like, yeah. and I just heard a whole bunch of startling. So yeah, I ran out to the window. And
I would have loved to just because me, I wouldn't have yelled.
Yeah, but the thing, I was half asleep. I thought somebody was fucking around with the window.
I would have just walked outside. Like, I knew this day would come.
I've been waiting for this.
I'ma fuck this nigga up.
Nobody's itching for a rebound.
This is an excuse to beat somebody and get away with it.
It's like, I'm gonna fuck this nigga up.
I mean, you see me beat somebody
I feel
down
like
when I was
LAP.
happy.
I know. That's the thing. That's why I was like, yo, this would have been great because I've seen him fuck someone up. And if I was coming home just like literally 10 minutes earlier, I would have seen the person, tackled him down, then he would have came outside, and it would have been a good old school PI, man. We would have fucked that motherfucker up.
It's like what we just said, beat up someone and get away with it. And we feel like the LAPD for one night. Just beat up people and just get away
I'll
with
tell
it.
you, 2 stomps, motherfucker, I would have had a whole bunch of stomps in on that person's head.
Just took a time out, let me put my Timbs on.
Let me get my winter boots.
Oh man, I was good to go.
Put on some 3-6 on full blast. I'll fuck you up.
No shit,
Tear the club up. Tear the club.
No, even though I was ass naked, when I saw that the window was open, I was contemplating jumping out that because there was soil on the jump because the flowers. I was thinking, oh, it's an easy landing. I was gonna jump out and fucking chase the fuck.
Big ass dude just
Butt naked.
out the window. Just,
I was taking 2 seconds to put on blue face paint.
just hop out the darkness of a window. And
Fucking Braveheart him.
Yeah. No, when I found out, I was pretty pissed. But anyway, you guys brownie points because she came back.
Yeah.
You probably set that whole thing up for it to come back.
What was that? Where they set up the fuck? Can't remember what it was. It was like a cartoon show or something like that where they set up a robbery and the guy fake takes them down or something.
He fake takes
I've
them
seen
down?
so many
Yeah, there's,
situations.
so many
It's
situations.
fake
I
I
robbery
think it's probably
shit.
American Dad or
then
something.
there'll be
Fake
times
kidnapping.
where it's an actual robbery.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
bitch out.
People do that in the clubs too. I see. I remember one time.
What?
It's true, and not kidnapping or whatever. So, but
gonna say.
I remember one time it was
Styling on
John.
niggas in the club.
I think it was John and someone else. They were pretend fighting while talking to this girl, and after you see at the end,
The
they're
Will
like,
Smith move.
like that.
You remember that Will Smith episode, the Fresh Prince?
The Will Smith
When
episode.
I think it's D.L. Hughley talking to some girl in the office. He's like, just saying a bunch of mean shit and everything. Then Will comes up. He's like, "Excuse me, ma'am, this abrasive Negro bothering you?"
Yeah, that was the deal. Yeah, I remember that.
Leave the premises now. Oh man, play the hero.
Alright, so let's end this podcast real quick. Wait, keep going.
I was gonna say if I was playing the hero, it's a whole new brand of hero walking out with my shorts and a baseball bat, and I came back and I was
Play
like,
it to a T.
I was
Average
like,
man.
I held up my phone. I'm like, yeah, maybe I should call the cops. And I'm trying to awkwardly hold the baseball bat and the knife at the same time while I'm texting that. And I'm
Put the knife in the mouth.
yeah, so I was trying to get a hold of the landlord too, so I had to get the security camera
Videos,
footage, which
yeah.
is probably useless. But yeah, I'm just not to startle you, but I think somebody just tried to break in through the window. And yeah.
Oh man.
Says the guy holding, baseball bat
Multiple weapons.
while he's like texting.
Alright, so this was a good podcast. It's ended up here.
Hey, what'd you guys start talking about?
Sports. You came in like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Futebol. We were talking about futebol.
It was an interception.
Clearly.
Alright, so let's end this up for this week.
Yep.
This was a good episode. Really good episode.
Alright, guys, so how we tonight, we're going out, we're going to get drunk. I'm going to try and work tomorrow.
I'm staying in.
Hopefully I make it to work tomorrow.
Thought I was going to wake up early tomorrow. That is not happening. So,
we are actually going to find a party. Not go to a party. We're going to find a party.
We'll find it, man. You know what I'm saying, man? We're going to do the shit real nice. It's going to be legit. It's
Be
going to be popping. We're going to be some bitches. We're going to make them pop that pussy on Jason's face. It'll be blessed. It'll be great.
Make sure it's hairy pussy.
Extra bush. Extra bush.
Relevant to the episode.
Yo.
Make him fight through the jungle.
Bad about girls this episode. I was pretty calm.
No, I was saying,
we're gonna make Jason fight through the jungle.
Hairy teabagging. It's time for you to get.
Bar that knife to start hacking.
Hairy badge bag.
No, thank you. I've been pretty tame these past couple of weeks. I don't diss the women anymore. I'm too tired to do it.
He's just accepted the fact.
There's too many bad ones to keep on going. It's just like
you just keep getting those texts eventually. Just let them come.
Stop fighting the good fight.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
drop my phone. Like I said before, trust no lesbians, man. Trust no lesbians.
The new trending. Anytime we talk now, we're just gonna put that trust no lesbians at the end of our
TNO.
It doesn't have nothing to do with anything. Shit.
It really doesn't have anything to do with
that
anything.
interception. That's why you don't trust no lesbians, man.
We're just gonna blame for everything now, man.
Why the fuck is Manning trusting lesbians?
Man, it throws interception because he's trusting lesbians. I'm telling you, don't trust no lesbians, bro. Motherfucker.
Alright, so we'll end it up.
Yeah.
Last words, anyone's?
Last words? You heard my last words. Trust no lesbians, man. I'm telling you right now. Trust no lesbians.
On an hour of sleep, what I'm gonna fucking do is polish off the scotch in my Avengers cup, get laid, watch the Avengers, get laid, go to sleep, wake up for work. Eventually I'll see you guys on a regular schedule again. Yo, I haven't even seen my roommate in like 3 weeks.
It's been cool, man.
It's been good.
We've been living.
We each have the apartment to ourselves. It's pretty sweet.
That works out nice.
Crazy.
Alright.
Wolf, you got last words?
I got last words.
Go ahead, your last is done. I'm done.
Man, gonna go out tonight. I don't know what's in store for tonight. It should be good. Those are the best nights, I would think. Yeah, man.
What day is it?
I just want to...
29?
What podcast
Saturday?
number is
Saturday.
this?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Do we know the podcast number?
It's 21.
21?
This is number 20. Shit.
Man, I missed the
Yeah.
lunch.
Yeah,
Yo, where's
the
Steph?
podcast is legal.
She's working late tonight. She has to work. She's not here tonight.
Bitch.
Anyways, this is Wolf. I'm out. Wolf and HD. Yeah, all that crap.
Love you, Steph.
I know.
Steph.
Our white girl's not here.
Yeah, she ain't here today. I mean,
Lone
She's
hunter.
working apparently, so.
See,
them.
imagine what would have happened if I left you guys all alone. You'd be called the Racist Podcast. How come nobody ever calls us
Nigga
racist?
out.
We're not racist.
You can get 27 black guys in a room. Nobody asks a question. Wait a second, you have 27 white guys. It's unfair.
It is.
It's not 21st century enough.
Hey, black people
It's
built
not
America.
Obama generation enough.
How that cotton money doing, huh? How that cotton money? I ain't seen none of it.
It was confiscated.
See, people, you know why people, like black people, have their hands in their pockets all the time? Because all the blisters are hiding from all the slavery days.
Look at this motherfucker.
Dude, I'm Celtic and German.
Never a podcast about some racist
You put
comments.
us on the boats. You caught us and put us on the boat.
We are our own slaves.
Alright, people.
The fuck are we talking about, man?
We out here.
And native.
Native
Yeah, you're beat
Americans.
down.
They got
Yeah,
it
Time.
worse.
Dawn of time.
Exactly.
We could
There's
be
like a
superstars
sixth
at
of
the
the
very
being that's
least.
had it worse than most of you.
That was me.
Alright, so we're done, Wolf?
Yep. Yeah. We'll see you next week. That's
So
it.
yeah, thank you for listening to this week's episode of the Huddle Podcast. As per usual, I am at Matt Scorpio, and we had JJMBA, Lumberjack, Zach, Zach Lumbers.
Lumber Zach.
Resident Honky.
I'm actually gonna have to
Zach Lumber sounds so much gayer.
What is it? Zach Lumber?
Zach Lumbers.
That's my like romantic novels name.
At Wolf in HD as well, and
Yeah.
thank you for listening. Keep in touch with us as per usual. You know, you can hit us up on Twitter and our handles. Because I mean, like, even though we made the official Huddle Podcast Twitter, I like mine a lot better. And yeah, no.
Yo, when are we doing a barbecue?
Needed. Another one.
We gotta do one before winter.
Yeah, we should do a winter barbecue.
We should.
We're Canadians. Come on.
Gotta film that shit.
Yo,
Lumber.
by the way,
Yeah,
Canadians.
bring a fucking camera for that.
No, this emergency announcement, PSA, Canadians, stock up on bacon. They're raising the prices of bacon. Do yourself a favor, man. Before those prices get high. No, I'm not joking, man. It's
No,
true.
I'm not joking. There was this one guy at work when he mentioned, he's like, yeah, you know, there's this worldwide shortage of bacon going around. I'm like, well, we're going to have to find a substitute. Find me one quick. And he's like, well, you know, the South Asians used to call human meat long bacon because of the similarities. And I'm like, nah, I didn't want to know that. I
Okay,
got you
don't kill people. But if you're Canadian, just stock up, man.
Get the actual
Yo,
pig.
I'm going to get like...
pickle that shit in maple syrup.
Keep that shit alive, let it
yeah.
heal up. And it's like,
Have you ever had candied bacon? Candied bacon
we have
is...
syrup?
Did you hear what Wolf said? I said personally catch a pig and keep it in the basement. And he said let it heal up every time.
Exactly. Slice off a little bit each time.
And let it heal up.
Bandage that shit up. Let it.
Something tells me we're not talking about a pig.
That is fucked up.
Jason got a fat girl in the basement.
I didn't say it.
Bacon.
I did not say it. I did not say it. That was Zach who said about the big girl. I did not say that.
Thick cuts.
I am not saying anything.
There's a whole new meaning to rump roast.
These are the two people that are hating on the fat chicks, not me. I did not say anything.
I bigged up the big women for as long as I can remember, motherfucker.
Hey,
Let
Jason.
me poke fun.
You
I make fun of
show.
everybody on here, man. Equal opportunists. Trust no lesbians.
Alright, so let's end this. See you all
You
guys.
know what? The bacon shortage is because of lesbians. Don't trust no lesbians, man. Don't trust no lesbians, bro.
Alright, so let's end this. Peace
They're
out,
the
people.
reason bacon's gonna get expensive, man.
You just do the fadeaway where like the audio just gets slower and slower.
No, it's the fucking truth, though. It's the fucking truth.
Okay, I'm gonna stop.